Hello and welcome to a seminar about Zotero, a free, easy-to-use tool that helps you collect, organize, cite, and share research articles. To start with, visit zotero.org, which is the official website, where you can download it as it's available for Mac, Windows, and Linux. To download, you just click here and you select the available options, whichever suits the software that you have on your computer. Hello and welcome to a seminar about Zotero, a free, easy-to-use tool that helps you collect, organize, cite, and share research articles. To start with, visit zotero.org, which is the official website, where you can download Zotero as well as the connector. To download Zotero, click here and download it either for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can do the same with the connector, which is basically an add-on for your browser. The connector allows you to easily save references to your Zotero library. I use Chrome, so I will click here and add to Chrome. And the extension will be automatically added to my other extensions. I will also pin it to make it available. Back to the official page. Note that Zotero automatically detects journal articles, library records, news items, and other objects you may like to save to your Zotero library. It uses the so-called translators to detect and import data from various websites. There are currently more than 600 different translators, facilitating data import from countless of sites. Regarding storage capacity, there's no data or file storage limits when using Zotero on a single computer without an account, as you just did by downloading the available option. On the other hand, Zotero offers 300 megabytes of free cloud storage via your Zotero online account. This cloud account operates as an online copy of the main Zotero standalone account you download to your device. It's basically a free way to synchronize and access your library from wherever you are, and lets you join groups and backs up all your attached files. To download, to use the online version, click on Login. And you can see here my login credentials since I already have an account. In your case, you will select to register for a free account. You create a very simple account using any email address you want and any username and password, and then you will be transferred to your online account. We will see later how this works. Back to Zotero now. This is the standalone application, the main interface. As you see, the structure is very simple, very linear. The screen is divided in three parts: the left side, the main part, and the right side. On the upper left corner, there is a series of tools, starting with File, where you can add new items. You can see here the long list of different material formats. You can add a reference using an identifier. The most common identifier is the DOI, the Digital Object Identifier, a unique identifier assigned to scholarly publications. And this is very useful because it directs us to the full text. You can add an attachment to one of your references or create a note. You can create a new collection. In Zotero, collections function as folders, and we're all familiar with folders and subfolders on our computer where we store our files. Here we have collections and sub-collections. You can also create a new library or a new group. Creating a new group directs you to the online version, and we will see later on why groups are very useful. You can import data from another source, or you can import from clipboard. You can export your library. Let's say you want to change from Zotero to Mendeley, another reference manager. You can export the whole list of your references and use them in Mendeley or any other equivalent software. The edit option is a regular edit option. The view includes the different options about the layout and of the interface format and structure. From tools, you can install the browser connector in case you didn't install it from the very beginning, and it also includes other advanced automation tools. And from help, you're transferred to the documentation. You can ask questions, you can find answers to questions you may have. You can find various threads in groups where users of Zotero, share their experience or share problems they have encountered. You can also share anything you want regarding the functionality. There is also a set of tools up here. The first one is the new item option, where you can add a reference manually, the same list of material formats. The identifier option is here. Apart from the DOI, you can add an ISBN or a PubMed ID or any other identifier you may know. The third option allows you to add a file or link to a file or attach a file or a link to a source. And the last one is the option that you use in order to add a note. On this part of the page, you can see a search box where you search publications or references or sources, however you call it, in your library using the title or the author or the year of the publication. And the magnifier allows you to change the fields and also directs you to the advanced search. The advanced search, like the advanced search in a search engine, allows you to perform more advanced search queries within your library. You can select from various options how you want to structure this search, what you want it to contain, and you can also save it, assigning a name to it. The left part of the page includes the various collections and sub-collections. Here, for example, you see a collection and a sub-collection I have created. To create a new collection, it's very easy. You either select any of the options we saw before, or you click here, New Collection. You give it a name. And that's it. And if you right-click, you can very easily create a sub-collection under this, rename this collection, move it within another collection, delete it, or delete the collection and the items. Please be very careful with this. If you just delete the collection, the items that are included within this collection will remain in your library. If you delete the collection and the items, then you delete everything. You can also export the collection, create a bibliography from the sources included in this collection, and generate a report. We will see everything in detail. So we have collections and sub-collections. We have our publications in case we do have our own publications. We have duplicate items. This includes sources that have been included more than once in Zotero, and we will see why this is important. Unfiled items are all the sources that are not included in any collection, but are included in your library. Here you can find your trash bin. Below you can find the group libraries. Groups are important. Why? Because it allows you to share sources with other people. Let's assume you participate in a group assignment or a project. What is the most efficient way to work with data, with sources, with references, with files? Create a group, invite other people, other users. You can invite up to 25 people, and you all share the same sources. There are different access rights you can assign to each person. Someone may only have the right to view the collection. Others may also be able to edit the sources inside the collection. It's up to you. Below here, you see some words that look like keywords. These are tags. These are indicative words that describe sources, and They allow you to easily filter sources within your library. You will understand the functionality once your library become very populated with many sources. The main part of the page includes all your sources, starting with the title, followed by the author, and the last part shows if this source includes an attachment. Either this is a PDF or a snapshot or a video or whatever else you may have included. Clicking on a source opens the right side of the window. This is actually the part where you can find all details about a source, starting with the title, followed by the basic bibliographic data. You see the format, this is a journal article, and then we have the authors, the publication title, information about the publication, the ISSN, the URL that directs you to the source, when it was accessed, the abstract, if available. Here you can add attachments to this publication, notes. You can see here the collection or sub-collection this source is included in, the tags you may have assigned, related documents. What are the related documents? Let's say you have a very good article and there is another one with a similar topic by another author. You can add it here as a related document in order for you to remember they are somehow connected. And if you don't want to scroll all the way, but you want to be transferred to a specific part, use the options here on the right. So the first option is the info, the basic bibliographic data, followed by the abstract, followed by any attachments or any notes. Here you can be transferred to any library or collection. Here it is, the tags and the related documents, and the arrow here shows you the options you have available in order to open the PDF within Zotero, if you open it in a new tab, or view it online, or view it in Google Scholar, or anything else. If you click Open PDF in New tab, you see that the article opens within the application. This is very handy because you don't need to switch between Zotero and another folder on your computer where you have stored the PDF or anywhere else, a flash disk or online, maybe you have it in Dropbox. You perform everything within the application. And here is the PDF. You see here that I have somehow edited the PDF. There is a series of tools you can use. You can highlight text, you can underline text, you can create a note annotation within the text. You can write in the text. You can select an area, and you can even draw. This is useful because I am sure you all want to remember specific parts within a publication, within a source, because in most cases, we find the source and then we come back to read it carefully and take notes later on. And then even at another time, we return to really use parts of this publication. So in order to remember what we have used, it's very important to have the option to edit it somehow. So let's say I want to highlight text. This is so handy. Notes are important because wherever you have your cursor, if you click on a note, you can write whatever makes sense to you in order to remember a specific part. Let's say, another very useful option or tool or functionality is that citations function as hyperlinks. You see, once you have your cursor above a citation, you can see the full citation, and once you click on it, you're transferred at the very last part where you see your bibliography, and you can really check the full record. And if you want to return back to Zotero, you just click here and you're back. So everything happens within Zotero. All the fields here can be edited. You see, maybe you want to change something. Maybe you want to add. Maybe you want to delete something. You can edit everything you want. And once you right-click on a source, you have another set of options. Again, you can open it in a tab within Zotero or in a new window, or you can view it online. You can add a note from here. You can add an attachment, add it to a collection, move it to trash, or check the duplicate items. You can export the item, and you can create a bibliography and generate a report. So if you want to create bibliography, you click here. First, you select the citation style you want to use. At DRI, we use APA, the latest edition. And then you have two options, either to create a citation or the full bibliographic record to be added in your list of your references, in other words, in your bibliography. And these are the available options for the output. Starting with citations, we click here on citations, and if you select copy to clipboard and OK, and then you open a Word document, you just paste and you have your index citation ready. Back to Zotero. Again, right-click, create bibliography. If we select bibliography now and then copy to clipboard and OK, what we see is that Zotero automatically created the full bibliographic record. So everything is ready for you. And the last option is the report. This is useful in case you want to show your professor, let's say, what are the sources you gathered for an assignment, or you want to have them as notes for a presentation or for whichever other purpose, or you want to send to someone a list of sources. So the report looks like this. It starts with the basic bibliographic data, the URL, so it's a link. The person who will have this report will be able to be transferred to the original source, and the bibliographic data are accompanied by any other information that accompanies this source. Tags and attachments, in this case, maybe notes, maybe related documents, maybe other files you have attached. Now that we described the basic functionality, let's see how we can actually add a source in Zotero. We will start with a manual entry. So I click here on New Item. And for the sake of the seminar, I will select the journal article because this is also the most popular material format we use for scholarly purposes. So journal article. And as you see, the right part is empty, ready for us to add the information. I have already found an article, let me find it, in the library. This is it. So I will copy the title back to Zotero to paste it here. And then I need to continue with the authors. As you see, the system directs me towards the right format for the author's name. We start with the last name, followed by comma, and then the first name. So let's see. We have more than one authors here. I will use the first one, Aksita Vani. And we see that this article, it was published in 2022. And we also have the title of the journal, which I will also copy. So back to Zotero, it is one. You see that the system shows me the author's name because I have used it before. This is on purpose, and I will explain later what is the point. Then the publication title, and that's it. And here you may ask, why don't we go on with more information, since we have here the author's names and more information about the publication, the year, and the volume, the issue. Because I want this to be a real-life example, maybe you don't have the time to add the full bibliographic record. Maybe you do have the time, but you don't have the information as a whole. Maybe someone shared this with you and they only shared the title and one author. So under real circumstances, maybe your bibliographic record here in Zotero won't be very well populated with data. And let's say you want to add an attachment, the full text. So we click here and we select File. And let's say we do have the file on our computer. This is it. So it's ready. And I will also create a tag. Critical thinking, let's say. Which I already have. That's it. So my manual entry is ready. Okay. This is it. Simple, yet not very efficient. Let's see now what happens when we select the identifier. Identifiers are really important as I direct you to the original source. So here I do have the DOI. I will copy it and paste it here. Sorry. Search. Here it is, ready. And not only it was completed very fast, but it was completed very comprehensively. This means, apart from the title, we have all author names. We have the full information about the original source of the publication, the URL that directs to the full text. We do have the abstract. We don't have an attachment, but this is very easy. Let's add the attachment. We did it before. So what do we see? With the DOI, our entry was fast and more populated with information. The third way to add a source is importing it from a system. Let's see what this means. I am sure you have all noticed this option here, the cite option, that allows you to create the citation. First, you select the citation style, APA is here. The system generates the full bibliographic record. You copy and paste it on your Word document. But there's also these options here on the left side, with the last one being export to RIS. RIS means Research Information Systems, and it's a way to use a standardized language, a format, to share data between systems that normally they don't talk to each other. In our case, the library's website and Zotero. So if you click here, export to RIS, you will see that the system generates a file with this extension, RIS. You save it somewhere on your computer to remember it. And back to Zotero, from File, you select Import. you select the first option, next, you find the file, this is it, open, and then you have this option to copy this on your Zotero or to link it. And there is a very important note that linked files cannot be synchronized by Zotero, so it's better to copy than link. You click on copy and then next, and finish. What RIS has done now? It has created a collection named citation with this article included. And as you see, the full bibliographic record is here. What you can do now, having a collection named citation doesn't make sense. So you either rename it if you want to keep it, or you right-click and you just delete the collection, which means the article will remain in your Zotero library, but you won't have the collection. Remember, don't select delete collection and items, because then you will also lose the article. Just select delete collection and the item will remain in your library. And the last option, the fourth option, is by using the connector. Let's assume we didn't find this article from the library's website, but we found it from here, from PubMed. Which are the available options for you to add the article in Zotero? First of all, the manual entry. Second, using the identifier, DOI is here, but you also have the PubMed identifier here. Or you can select site, and you can also download the format and import it, or use the connector. That's why we added the connector on our browser. If you select the connector, you see that there is a pop-up that connects to your Zotero library, and the first option is for you to select where exactly it will be added, in your library in general or in a specific collection. Let's say my library. And then below, it shows you what the system will add. It will add the title, the snapshot. By title, I mean the full bibliographic record, the snapshot, but not the PDF, because you need to download the PDF. So if you click on Done, which I did very fast, but let me do it again. Back to Zotero, and here it is. Ready. You see, with the snapshot, the abstract, and the full bibliographic record. So then again, if you download the PDF, you can add it as another attachment apart from the snapshot that will direct you to the database. So we covered 4 different options that allow us to add sources in Zotero. But what do we have here? The exact same source added more than once, which is not very convenient, right? And that's why it is needed to frequently check the duplicate items folder here and see if you have added a source more than once. What are the chances you have done so? Many. Let's say you perform 2 different searches, but very similar. So you may end up adding same sources that apply to both searches. Or you start searching for sources for an assignment, and then sometime later you stop this and you continue with another assignment, and you come back to search again, and you don't really remember what you have added. Or you have added too many sources in your library, and you have forgotten what you have added. For whatever reason, you end up with the same source added more than once. And the problem here is not that you have added it more than once, is that you may have spent time edited this. So here, the purple dot shows that we have created a tag and we have a PDF, an attachment. The same here. Here we have a snapshot. Here we have notes and snapshots and PDFs and different tags. You see here the different colors. Luckily, if you click on them, Zotero marks them all and will merge them, creating a master record. Let's see. Creating a master record, it's down here, that includes everything that accompanies this source. So you're lucky. Other systems do not do this. They just ask you to select which version to keep. So if you have edited all of them, this is a difficult choice. Which record do you keep? The one that you have added a note, the one that you have added tags, the one that you have edited the PDF, underlined text, and added notes. So be very careful. We have here our general library. To move an item in a collection, you just drag and drop. You see, it's very easy. Or as we saw before, you right click, add to a collection. That was the main functionality of Zotero, which I suppose it's very comprehensive in terms of the needs a researcher has while gathering sources for a topic for various research purposes. Let's see now how you can use Zotero in Word as you type your assignment, your report, your article, whatever this scholarly publication is. Once you download the application, automatically Zotero is added on Word. So the next time you will open Word, you will find it here within the other options in the upper menu. And what you can do is very simple. You can add a citation and you can also add your bibliography. As you type, you will need to add an index citation. In this case, you click on the first option. First, you select the citation style, APA, and click OK. And then this search box appears where you need to type a few letters or a few words from a source you want to use. So since I had something with history, if I start typing, this is the one. Zotero shows you how it will add the index citation. If you're okay with the format, you click enter, and the index citation will be added where you have your cursor. And if you continue, and you want to add another index citation, you click again. And you will have your second index citation. To create your bibliography, you have two options. Option number one, you finish your writing with all your index citations. And if we assume this is a page break, and this is a new page where you will add your bibliography. Once you click on Add Bibliography, Zotero will add all sources you have already added in your text as index citations. It will add them alphabetically, using the DOI at the very end, making sure italics, spaces, full stops, commas are included as they should, following the citation style you have selected. Alternative number 2. So you have added your first in-text citation, and the minute you added it, go to a new page where you will start your bibliography and click on Add Bibliography. Oh, it remembered what I did. Let me do it again for you. So let's say we're here and we want to add an in-text citation. Great. So you add your first in-text citation and then you open a new page where you want to add your bibliography. You click Add Bibliography and Zotero will add the full bibliographic record. You save the document and then you continue writing. And you add another index citation. And the minute Zotero adds the index citation, automatically adds the full bibliographic record for this source in your bibliography page. So you gradually build your bibliography as you write your paper, your document. It's up to you. Both ways serve the same purpose. You complete your text with in-text citations and your bibliography. It's a matter of preference. You can give it a try to see what works better for you and make your choice. The last thing I want to show you is the online version of Zotero. I'm sorry, here we are. This is a standalone application, but we said that it would be better to also create an online account to have everything synchronized and also be able to have access to our sources from wherever we are. And if you see here, up here, the arrows, this is a synchronization button. Every time you perform an action in the standalone application, the online version is synchronized. So back to Zotero's website, you need to log in now. And after some quick notes, you have this option to view your web library, to view the groups and create groups, to view the help documentation, to check the forums where various threads are shared among Zotero users, to also participate and also see your profile. If we check on our profile, we can edit it as we want. We can add a photo, we can add a discipline, we can see the groups we have created here. And then our web library looks exactly like the standalone application. 3 parts: collections, sub-collections, groups, and tags. On the left side, the main side includes our sources, and the right side is populated once we click on a source with the full bibliographic data, notes we may have created, tags, attachments we may have added, or related documents. The menu here includes the various options to add a source or edit it. You see, this is the manual entry. Here is the identifier. This is how we create a note. I already created it. If you want to delete it, just right-click and delete, or yeah, it was deleted. how you import files via RIS format, and many more. These are activated once we click on a source. So it's very easy. And again, I'm saying everything is synchronized. And lastly, let's see how you can create a group. You click here on groups. These are the groups I have already created. You select create a new group. You assign a name. Let's say this one. You select whether to keep it public or private. This is it. These are the basic elements of the group I just created. It's private. I can assign different access rights from here, who can edit, who can view, and other options. We save the settings. And then back to member settings. You see, I'm the owner, but I can invite more people. I can add, I can send invitations using an email address or Zotero usernames, and I can invite up to 25 people. And then the group I will create will appear here on the left side. And I can create collections and sub-collections. And I can add items within the collection or the sub-collection. So that was Zotero. Remember, that is free, which means you can keep the same account after you graduate. This is not associated with DIRI. So when you create your account, you can use another email address and not your ACG email address. Also remember that it's compatible with Google Docs. So if you share work, if you write a paper with other classmates or other colleagues, other researchers, using Google Docs, you can create your bibliography and your citations over there. You have available unlimited space to store your sources in the desktop application, but you can have up to 300 megabytes of storage in your cloud account. And remember to drop by the library and ask for help if you need assistance with further functionality options or with how to manage your sources. Thank you very much.